Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Mallory Louise. Thank you for tuning in. It is a Monday, September 9th. It is early. I just got pulled off to the bus. Today's a work from home day, so I am getting ready to start work. But before I do that, I need to do something for me, and I'm going to do a little skincare really quick and then get a little bit dressed. Not a lot of dress. I just need a little bit more oomph today. My plan was to wake up at 4:30 because it's just easier, and I wanted to get this part out of the way. But yeah, I didn't go to sleep until like 3 because I fell asleep like around, I want to say maybe 10 o'clock, 10:30, feeding the baby, and then I woke up like around maybe 1:50. I had to finish folding clothes. I had to feed the baby again. I had to move my work desk back into my room. We had guests this weekend, and you guys know my work room is the guest room as well. So I had my work desk in my bedroom, which threw me all the way off last week. And so I just kept hitting the snooze button this morning. So I ended up waking up at like 5:45. Plum has her cognitive testing today. Like that's the state testing. So I made sure to get up and get her ready and dressed and breakfast and had a calm morning so she can focus on testing. This past Thursday and Friday, I tried to pick up the camera and vlog y'all, and I did a little bit, but like I said, I have my work room, my work desk, and my bedroom. It was Dre's birthday. He had guests here. He had to work one of those days, so I had the kids. It was just straight chaos. And of course, with those days, of course, it had to be the most demanding work day ever. So I was a little bit stressed on Thursday and Friday. But I got most of what I needed to get out by the end of the week, which was good. But we still have a lot to do. Y'all, on top of that, my boss wanted to have a meeting about pricing for a certain submission that morning, Friday morning. Then my senior underwriter, he set a meeting for 10:30 for the MGL, which is the managing liability that I'm going to be taking on, starting the training for that. Then I had another meeting at 2, and it was just a lot, especially with the kids by myself. I'm going to have them by myself today again, starting at 11 because Dre has to work. But we're going to get it done. We're going to get it done. So I'm going to go ahead and just get on some clothes and get ready for work. Hi, Posh. Good morning. Boy, it's not even 8 o'clock and y'all already up. You can sleep good? Good morning, sweet girl. Good morning. Okay. All right, when I get ready to start work, of course they wake up. Good morning. Good morning. I ordered groceries yesterday to be delivered today at 8, so that's about in 15 minutes. So we're gonna have to get the groceries in a little bit. They're asking for apples and all type of things. So I'm gonna try and get them out the way and then get started with work. But I have set in my mind today, I'm going to breathe and take it an hour at a time. I'm not gonna get flustered. I'm gonna do what I can do because we know in this season right now, this is just what it is. So let me go get Palace her apple because she's getting a little hangry. And then by the time I get them situated, the grocery will be here. I'll get the grocery out. And then the first thing I need to do is send out a new business quote that I didn't get to Friday. Y'all, I worked like a couple hours after I was supposed to be off. And man, my brain literally just shut off. So I couldn't do anymore. I need to get a new business quote out that I approved. And oh goodness, I have a lot to do. Me just thinking about the things that I have to catch up on that I didn't get out Friday. I just have a lot to do. So let's get this done.
It's too tiny.
Okay, come on. All right, you girls eat. Don't make a mess. I'll check on you in 2 minutes, okay? Okay, so I have the girls sitting down eating breakfast. Groceries came a little bit early, which I'm glad about. It's 8:16 now. I'm going to try and send out a proposal that I didn't get to Friday, but I just wanted to go over really quick what I did send out Friday, just so you guys can kind of get a sense of the numbers that I'm working with. So I had 2 large proposals go out and then kind of like a medium proposal. But one of those large proposals consisted of 5 policies, essentially. It was a situation where we were like, we're going to take either the whole account or we're not going to take any of them. So this submission that consisted of 5 policies, they had a total expiring premium of $160,000. So for those who don't know the jargon of insurance, premium is what you pay for insurance. So let's take it to your neighborhood. If you pay $700 a year for car insurance, $700 is the premium that you pay for insurance for the year. Okay, we got that out the way. This specific account, it consisted of 5 policies for workers' comp coverage for their companies. Their expiring was $160,000, and we proposed to them $107,899. That's total for all 5 policies. The next one I got out, this one was out of California, a really large medical group. This is for theirs workers' comp. Their expiring premium, I think, was like $246,000, and we offered them a proposal for $188,974. Their loss history was great. They submitted 6 years loss runs. They had probably about 2 or 3 large losses within those 6 years. One of them being the year of COVID, and it was a COVID claim. Again, this is workers' compensation. So if you're working for a hospital and you were working for that hospital during COVID, most likely you got COVID. So that kind of in itself was something that wasn't really in a sense preventable, you know, but because of their lost history, we were able to give them, we were able to meet them under their expiring. And then the last proposal I was able to send out on Friday was for $10,864 in premium. And that was a startup. So there was no loss history to look at for that. Yeah, so that's what I was able to get out. Of course, those larger policies took me a lot of time, and I was waiting for approval because certain things were not in my authority to do. Pricing was one of them. So for the larger one, the one that was $188,000, I needed a little bit more pricing to be competitive. So that one I had to submit to my manager. The one that I did not get out on Friday that I need to get out this morning, I believe that was a larger one as well. Let's see. I think my manager approved that after hours on Friday. Yeah, this one, my supervisor accepted my referral and she approved my recommendation. So for this one, we are proposing a premium of $89,319. And this one is for an ear, nose, and throat surgical center. So I'm going to get that out this morning. And then I need to get out the renewal that I have been trying to work on for a while. That's what I'm doing today. I'm sending out this proposal and then I'm working on this large renewal. They have a renewal for workers' comp and they have a renewal for general liability. The general liability, the expiring premium was $122,000. That one I sent out the proposal, but they sent it back and I needed to make some tweaks as far as adding some additional locations. And then they also wanted a quote without commission, basically, what that would be. So I have to get those figures up. And then the workers' comp I haven't even started on. So that's what I'm focusing on today. That's it. Anything else, if it does not come from my supervisor, it's going to have to wait until tomorrow if I don't get done with this renewal, because I told them I would have it to them by the 5th. Of course, they got me some things after, but I need to get that out today. So those are my main focus, especially with Dre not being here to help me today because he has to work at 11. So again, we're doing what we can do. That's another nice thing about underwriting is you own your work and it's your responsibility to manage your time and to prioritize. A lot of these agents give us need by dates, like when they need certain things. So I may see some new business that, you know, they don't need it until maybe September 12th. So if I have more urgent things, I won't work on that today. You get what I'm saying? So let me get to work because soon I'm going to have to go check on these girls and then the baby's going to wake up and I'm going to have to feed her. So yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on what I'm doing today. And then we'll go from there. I just fed her. It is 10:39. I just got out one of the renewals for this risk that we have, the general liability. That one ended up coming out to $116,000. If we do net commission meaning that the agent won't get commission out of it, and sometimes that'll happen if like their agency they take a fee or something of that nature, or to get the premium a little bit lower. If they do decide to have the commission in it, then it'll be $124,000.
Mama, I want to say hi.
Okay. Say hi.
Hi.
We have to get ready to take Daddy to work, so I'm gonna have to take a break here in the next maybe 5 minutes. Take him to work because we have to get home from club today. She's doing her after school club. Are you waving? Is she waving, Papa?
Yes.
Yeah, we have to get Poem from after school club. She's not going to be on the bus today because she has club. So we have to go pick her up a little later, close to 4. So I'm going to need the vehicle. I can't wait till we get our second vehicle fixed, y'all. So yeah, so far I've gotten the 2 things done as far as getting that quote out that I needed to get out Friday, and then one of the renewals. And then when I get back, I'm going to work on the workers' comp renewal for this same risk. And then hopefully I can move on to something else. I need to complete a manual policy document for a policy for a surplus line that we agreed to do. That's the only thing, guys, with this.
Mama.
Yes.
I want smoothie.
A smoothie? Okay. Oh, we don't have smoothie. Oh, you mean yogurt smoothie? Okay, 1 second. That's the only thing, Lord. That's the only thing with my current company is that there's a lot of manual processes, like having to actually put together a policy document manually. Hold on 1 second, baby. All the forms and all that. I mean, that takes at least 30 minutes. I want to share with you guys some advice that my manager gave to me. We had our one-on-one meeting for our mid-year review and bonus last week, and great report as always. Got my full bonus. Thank you, Lord. But I decided to use that time to ask her, based on what she knows about me and me being under her leadership, what advice would she give me? Because now I'm looking to start working towards a senior title and really just advancing my career in underwriting. And so we had a little conversation, and she gave me some advice. And the advice that she gave me, she did two things. She told me what she felt like my strengths were. And what my strengths were, I feel like, is something important to have as an underwriter. And I wanted to share what she said with you guys, because I think that it will really help with, if you're already in underwriting, it will help you advance your career. And then two, she also gave some advice on some things that I should do in general, just to make myself well-rounded overall, and just to take that next level. Yes, honey. Okay. So I'll be sharing with you guys that conversation, and hopefully you can take from it. Hopefully it's advice for you, just like it was for me. No, I don't have any really questions. I guess I have some advice questions for you in regards to, like, I know you're leaving. I feel like in my underwriting career, you have been the manager that I feel like I've learned the most from and developed, like, as far as confidence in underwriting, just from the way that you manage, as far as, you know, sometimes you'll give me the answer, but sometimes you want me to give you the answer or seek it out. And I feel like that's really helped me. And I just wanted to know, based off of like what you pull from me, what are some, I guess, steps I can take, or what are some things I can do to continue to kind of develop myself, where maybe in 3 or 4 years I will be ready or eligible for like a senior title or something of that nature. Just you have a lot of years of experience, and you've been doing this for a long time. I'm sure you've seen all type of work ethics throughout with different people, and I just wanted to pull some advice from you because I know you're going to be gone. And like I said, I really feel like I have learned and developed a lot in these short 3 years, you know what I mean? Just from the way that I feel like you kind of make me work for it, and that really pulled something out of me that I liked. That type of, just any advice.
Okay. Well, let me just tell you a couple of things that I have noticed, that I noticed right away about you that I think are your strengths. Number one is you pay attention. You know, when I teach you something, you learn it. That doesn't mean that you might not have to ask more questions, or you might even have to ask the same question more than one time, but you do pay attention, and I can tell that you want to learn and absorb. So that is always a big point in your favor, that you have the desire and the ability to learn. The other thing is that you are very responsibility, and you own your work. I think I said that right.
Yeah,
you're very responsible, and you own your work. You know, when you take on responsibility for something, you really give it your attention and do an excellent job in, you know, doing what you can and not hesitating to come and say, I've kind of hit a wall, this is beyond my experience, what do I need to do next? Not, and that's the thing I have always tried to instill in people that work for me, not to say, I'm putting this problem in your lap,
Right.
But say, I've reached the limit of my ability to deal with this. Can you help me with the next steps? And that's, you've just always been that way without having to have any prompting or anything like that. So those are really good strengths. The other thing is that you don't try to push things off and say, well, so-and-so did this or so-and-so did that. That's wonderful. So I would say, from a career development standpoint, you might, and I don't know that the company sponsors any of these courses or anything, but you might want to look into, for your own development, you might want to look into CIC or CPCU or something like that. I know you might not be able to do that right now because you've got 4 little ones, but over your career, you might want to do that. I know you have a degree and I know you have experience, but having credentials like that can be helpful. It will round out your knowledge. The other thing I would recommend is just when you have some time to spend on the internet, and I know with little ones you don't have very much time, but just look up different things look up medical acronyms so when you see them you'll recognize them. Look up things like some of the websites for some of our bigger insureds, that kind of thing, and just kind of familiarize yourself with all the different kinds of exposures that like hospitals can have and everything. Other than that, I would say just continue doing what you do, a thorough job. Your referrals are very good, and the other thing is try to keep up with trends of insurance outside of the medical field, because if you get to a point where you feel like place for your career, you don't want to be so deep into the medical field that you're not really valuable to any other company. But you really have been an excellent employee, and
thank you.
Very, just very glad to have you, and I think just continue along the lines. You were very self-motivated person. I've taken management courses about how to take how not to take the monkey from employees that keep trying to put him on your back, and how to put a generator in an employee and all that kind of stuff. And my experience has always been, if that's not innately within the employee, by the time they're grown and you're managing them, you can't really build that into them. You either have it or you don't have it.
But like I said, I respect the way that you lead, and I just know I feel like I developed as an underwriter under you, so I wanted to see, I feel like you have a good judgment too of just things in general. So no, that really helped out a lot. So I appreciate you. You will definitely be missed. I know you got a few more months, but yeah.
And I will help you as much as I can. I'm going to leave you with one thought, and that is, you're right. You can do it later. It'll come another time. You have to take care of you. The best example I can give you is when I was out in Texas. This guy that worked with me said, you can't ever quit, because if you quit, the department would fall apart. And I said, no, it wouldn't. I said, you don't understand. Corporations are self-perpetuating organisms.
Yeah.
You know, we could all drop dead, and next week they would be moving on and functioning.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And so a corporation is always going to put itself ahead first. So you always put you first. You know, always put you first in your family, because you can get another job, but you can't get other kids.
That is so true. Hey guys, I just came out to the back porch just to take a quick breather, a quick break. Y'all, today is so trying. I don't know what it's been these last few days of work, like Thursday, Friday, and then today, Monday, but it's just been really challenging. Like, I wouldn't say today I'm having a hard time concentrating. It's just that today, what I'm doing is so detailed that it's like I have to focus, which I, for the most part, am focusing. But that renewal that I've been working on, I told you guys I got the general liability out already. I'm working on the workers' comp, which is a 2-part policy. Really 3-part, but anyway. For the first one that I'm working on, the workers' comp, the expiring premium is $287,000. I'm just giving you guys numbers so you can see how big of money we're talking about as far as premium. So with that said, it's a group out of Florida, a really big health group out of Florida. Of course, I'm not going to say names. I'm not going to even say what healthcare specialty field that they do, but a really big one. The expiring payroll, their payroll was $196 million. And this year for renewal it'll be like $156 million. But I'm giving you numbers to show you how like big this policy is. So I have to go through loss runs. That's what I've been doing now. I've been going through loss runs. I've been calculating the loss ratio. I have to go back a few years and do all of that, because this has to go up to referral to my manager for her approval because of the size of the payroll. So currently in my authority, I can review and release anything up to $25 million in payroll. Anything above that I have to submit to her. As far as losses, what we consider a large loss is anything over $10,000. So anything over $10,000, that has to go for approval as well. My credit authority, I can currently, I know it's going to increase, but currently I can do up to 25% scheduled credit or debit. Anything over there has to go to her. So it's a lot of moving parts in this. I've been on loss runs and losses and calculating for the last hour, because their inception date with us was like 2019. So I have to go back, look at premiums, look at losses, all of that. And in the middle of that, I got a call from the agent saying, hey, can we get this today? And I'm like, I can have it to you by tomorrow morning. I won't be able to have it to you today. So I really have to get this done and submit it to my supervisor today. If not before 3, I have to get on tonight like I did. Y'all, Thursday night of last week, I was working at midnight. And I know it sounds insane. And I know it does. It sounds insane because it just sounds insane. You know, you see all the comments about like, you know, I hope you're not working late. Don't let the company run you over. Hold on one second. Palace, no. Put that back. Make sure, you know, you're putting your family first, all of that. I understand that. However, too, what you guys don't understand is that I am the only workers' comp underwriter. So this whole book of business, I have to do myself, unless it's a large hospital. My supervisor does that. So that's the only thing. I've explained to you guys already. The company that I work for, their biggest line of business, or I guess their bread and butter, what they're mainly known for is their medical malpractice insurance, okay? And then they offer other lines of insurance to their policy holders for convenience. So some of those lines are workers' comp, general liability, some other ones, and I handle workers' comp. So it's not as big as the medical malpractice book of business, but still, it's like $13.6 million. And we have many policies. Hi. Okay, go clean up your table, please. Thank you. And then you can come back out. So if I don't do it, who's going to do it? You understand? And this is a really big client of ours. And with our really, really big clients that bring in lots and lots of money every year, multiple policies, you kind of want to stay on their good side, yes. And this is a profitable book of business, like this renewal I'm working on. They have a large premium, and let's see, they had 24 claims in this current expiring term, and only one claim was over 10,000. So they have a good experience, modification, all of that. And I know a lot of this jargon I'm saying, you guys, some of you don't understand because you're not in insurance. You like to watch me for whatever other reason. But all that to say, this job can be very stressful, very tedious at times. It's not like this all the time. And then too, depending on what specialty you're in, if you do large accounts, 9 times out of 10, you're not doing multiple large accounts like if you were a small business underwriter. If you were a small business underwriter, you can yank out 10, 20 quotes quickly that are $300. But when you have big ones that are like this, it's a lot. It's a lot to it. So I just had to step back, take a breather, take a break. I think it's almost 2:30. If Poem didn't have club, I would have got her off the bus, but she has club, so we're gonna go pick her up at 3:50. It is 6:42. And I hate to say it, I just walked off of work. I know, I'm not trying to hear it, I know. Days like this don't happen all the time. But today, I had to stay and do it. I had to. Luckily, I don't think it affected my kids too much because when Poem got home, they were playing a lot. Palace is asleep now. The baby's asleep. Poem is watching a little TV. Posey's back here eating a little Oreo. And I'm about to cook dinner. Yeah, I kind of broke down a little bit earlier. When I went to go pick up Poem from her club, which I thought she was at club, but she wasn't. She was at after school program, which I went to pick her up. She wasn't where she was supposed to be, and I was blown. And that was like the icing on the cake because I was doing a great job being positive today with everything that was against me, with just the overwhelming load of work, and then keeping up with the girls and having to stop here and there and do things. The girls weren't the issue. The girls weren't the issue today. Work was just very demanding today, and it literally took all day to do those 3 things that I needed to do. I'm tired of talking about work, so I'm not going to talk about it no more. Just know. Just know. I even lost my train of thought. Anyway, I'm going to make dinner, and I'm going to rock out to some music, and I'm going to make dinner. I think I mentioned this on my channel before. I use the Rouse, if that's how you say it, homemade Alfredo. If you don't have time to make your own Alfredo sauce or don't know how to, like me, I just haven't gotten the recipe yet, and you want a nice tasting sauce, this is really good. It's a little bit pricier, though. I think it's $7.99 a jar. It's pricey, but to me, it's worth it. If you want that nice, good taste, or if you want that taste like, oh, I made my own Alfredo, don't be lying, no. Don't be lying. And then I have my bow tie pasta here. I'm going to make some garlic bread and some broccoli, and that's going to be dinner. That should be all done within an hour. It's 6:46 now, so let's get this started.